What are we gonna do tonight, O.C.G?
Well, the same thing we try to do every night, Bertrum. Take over YouTube. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Obsessive Compulsive Gaming. I am the Obsessive Compulsive Gamer, and this is my review for DC League of Super Pets, The Adventures of KRYPTO and Ace. So if you would be so kind, dear viewer, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and like this video. Now, DC League of Super Pets, The Adventures of KRYPTO and Ace, released in 2022. A year I remember fondly as the year I got my very own Super Pets. A lovely female Pomeranian I named Super Bitch. But we are not here to talk about that. We are here to talk about the video game League of Super Pets, The Adventures of KRYPTO and Ace. And I know exactly what you're thinking. What in the ever-living hell of Christ is this game? Well, I'm so glad you asked, dear viewer. This is a video game based on the movie of the same name. And in this game you'll be playing as either KRYPTO or Ace, or taking turns playing as one of them in each level, whatever your heart desires. And ultimately your goal is going to be to take down Lex Luthor, who is imprisoning animals and locking them up and probably doing scientific experiments on them and forcing them to watch reruns of Friends over and over and over and over and over. Which is rather surprising because I always thought that Lex Luthor loved animals. In fact, once I heard him admit that he makes love to one. Though he might have just been being rather derogatory about his wife when he said, "I make love to a dog." I'll have to ask him about that next time I see him. So, gameplay. Now, this is where it's rather strange, because you might think that a game like this is going to be a platformer or an adventure game or an action-adventure game. But no, this game is actually a kind of, sort of, shooter. So basically playing as either KRYPTO or the other dog, you fly through stages, shooting Lex bots and shooting Lex bots. Oh, and there is a couple of boss fights in the game, which are also Lex bots. Well, apart from the last boss, which is Lex Luthor himself, but technically he's wearing a mech suit, so I suppose he would still be classed as a Lex bot. Now, I don't know about you, dear viewers, but I've never been much a fan of Lex bots. Now, sex bots, on the other hand... But we are not here to talk about that. So, what else can I tell you about the game? Oh yes! Now in each stage you can also rescue animals. And these animals will be taken to an orphanage of some kind or something. And basically there you can feed them or play with them, whatever, until a bar fills up, and then the animal can be put up for adoption. And you'll have X amount of people who adopt, and they'll all have specific things they like. For example, one of them might say, a fat bitch who likes to eat chicken curry. So, you will try and match the fat bitch who likes to eat chicken curry with an animal that maybe likes spicy foods. Or you'll have an animal that likes milk, so you'll want to pair them up with, I don't know, fat man who lactates breast milk. I don't know. Whatever, basically you can match these animals with potential adoptees, and that's another little gimmick you can do in between the levels. You also have power-ups, which are other animals, like there's a turtle and there's a raccoon-looking thing and a pig dressed up as Wonder Woman. Then you can activate them in the levels and you'll either go faster or shoot more or just play the bloody game and you'll see for yourself. And no, this game is not for children. No, sorry, correction, the game is for children. This review is not. I think I said the word bitch about 4 times, and you don't want your little ones picking up on that word, so don't let them watch this review. Though if you've already got this far in the review, then they're already fucked. So, oh dear. Anyway, this might be a kid's game. I had a very good time with it. Took less than 2 hours to finish. So, you've got a couple of hours to kill. Like me, you're a complete sad case who enjoys playing these types of games, then give it a bash. Or you could buy it for your kids, who are the target demographic for the game. Whatever takes your fancy. Therefore, I declare the DC League of Super Pets is very good. So, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. My very in-depth and totally not improvised review for DC League of Super Pets, blah 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 blah. If you enjoyed this little review of mine, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. If you haven't enjoyed it, well then feel free to give me a thumbs down. But please remember the single most important thing I always tell you, dear viewer, and that is to always stay obsessed with gaming. Are you still here? Oh, you must have really enjoyed this video then. In that case, you had better subscribe to the channel and check out our other content. Otherwise, you're a booby pants, and no one wants to be a booby pants.